Hey, how you doing? This is Dennis Jacobs, Dynamic Dads, and I'm here today. I had a few questions in the comments and the concerns about what's going on in the world that we live in today. My last podcast or Facebook Live, we talked about the traumatic experiences that we deal with on an everyday basis. As a black man or just a man in society, we go through a lot of trauma, and so I've been talking about the trauma in the house. But today, um, through a comment that another brother made on IG, and I like what he said, and I reached out to him and made a comment to him. We made a connection, and he's all the way in Germany right now. And so, I'm gonna let him come in, introduce himself, and we're just gonna talk on a regular, just talk, man. I said this is my first time meeting the brother, so I really don't know much about him. He doesn't know much about me, so we're just gonna vibe a little bit and share some concerns that we're dealing with here in the United States and things that he's recognizing that he's dealt with in the UK and in Germany. So come on in, brother. Introduce yourself and tell me something about you, man.
Yeah, man. My name's Aaron, aka Solar Prime, and I'm 29. I'm out here in Germany at the moment. I've been here for 5 or 6 years now, and yeah, raising kids out here. I've got 2 children, a boy and a girl, and moved them over here in the first place to sort of get away from some of the stuff that I grew up with. Just being around certain people on the block, and they got more space out here, they got more freedom, to play, to express themselves, to explore. But one thing that really occurred to me is being out here, I've got a certain responsibility to my children, to sort of teach them certain things about life and what they will experience. And especially with my son, what he has been experiencing already,
Yeah, I hear you. I understand that. So you said one of the things you said that you moved from the UK to Germany because you have more freedom, and what do you mean by that?
Mm. So in terms of freedom, it's like just moving around, like the roads are built differently. There's more playground space, more nature. So I live in a city called Düsseldorf, but so from the center of the city, we can literally take a train for 10 minutes and be in the forest, So it's a lot to do out here for young kids, even for me to be able to connect with nature like that, because that's very important for our health, man, our consciousness. We've got to stay connected with nature, getting out there with the trees and the grass.
So I guess that's where you got your name Solar Prime from.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Prime has been with me for a while. The solar is that's part of my development, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen some of your IG posts where you was out walking and I guess in the nature, and you guys were walking on a nature hike, in a park or something like that. So I saw that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So give me a little description when you say the Solar Prime, man. Break that down for me. How did you come up with that name? Who tagged you with that name?
All right. So the origin is in Prime. So I used to play football. When I started out, they called me Prime Time, like Deion Sanders. And that was, like Deion Sanders was my guy. I wanted to be like him. And, so I was riding with Prime Time for a little while. And then just, that sort of got shortened to Prime over the years. People like to call me Prime. And I guess it was like in the past couple of years, I hit a different level on my spiritual journey, I became aware of a lot of things. I became aware of how this whole universe that we're in is connected, and we're part of that whole flow. And that's when we can tap into that source. That's when we can access our true power like that. And the way or the channel that we access that power is through the soul. So the soul is connected to the spirit that is all. But also from soul comes that light, solar energy. And we get our energy from the sun, but also when we're radiating that energy, we can be the sun. So we can be the sun in our community. So for me, it was it's a reminder, and it's a challenge. It's like, be solar, be that guy that's connected with the soul and is radiating that energy, shining the light for others to see, You know, that's what it's about for me.
I'm definitely feeling all that, man. I'm definitely feeling all that. I mean, you understand the whole connection of who you are, man, and that culture and that spirituality, man, and that's very important. I mean, that's something that what we're going through the struggles here in America when somebody tries to express themselves the way that you are, not only through their mental but in their physical. Um, there's a lot of backlash with it. You know what I'm saying? People look at you the wrong way. They stereotype you. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So do you get that a lot in Germany?
You know, it's been a bit different here. It's very interesting because I would say I encountered more like in your face type racism in London, like back in London. And in London, there's way more black people. There's a lot more black people in London. Over here, you'll meet a lot of people that'll be like, oh, you know, you're cool. But then the racism is different. It's coming from a place of ignorance rather than like direct intolerance. You still meet your intolerant people, you know? So I had an incident in the supermarket with my son one time. And, you know, we were standing there at the checkout about to buy this food. And there's a guy behind us, an older guy, older white dude. And he starts getting mad because my kids are in the place, you know, being kids. They're making noise, running around, doing their thing. And he starts running around with his trolley, you know, like he's trying to run people over. You know what I'm saying? Well, I had to give him, what happened to the recording? You say stop?
No, it was on my cloud recording, and there's not a lot of space on cloud recording, so that's stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right,
cool.
yeah. So